Welcome to my channel, the Canine Code. 8 things in your home right now could be slowly killing your dog. You walk past them every day. Your dog interacts with them constantly, and most owners have no idea they're creating a toxic environment for the animal they love most. By the time we reach number 8, you'll see your home completely differently, and you might realize you've been accidentally poisoning your dog for years. Subscribe to the channel because what you're about to learn could save your dog's life. Number 1. Your houseplants are a ticking time bomb. That beautiful fiddle leaf fig in your living room isn't just a core to your dog. When your dog brushes past it or investigates the soil, they're encountering calcium oxalate crystals, microscopic needles that embed themselves in soft tissue the moment they touch saliva or mucous membranes. Research from veterinary toxicology centers shows that over 700 common houseplants contain compounds that range from mild irritants to fatal toxins. And the plants marketed as trendy indoor greenery are often the most dangerous. CO palms, which have exploded in popularity over the last decade, contain psychisin, a toxin so potent that ingesting just 1 or 2 seeds can cause complete liver failure in dogs within 48 hours. Your dog doesn't understand the difference between the grass outside and the decorative leaves inside. When they chew on that Pow's vine trailing from your bookshelf, they experience immediate burning in their mouth and throat, excessive drooling, difficulty swallowing, and in severe cases, their airway begins to swell shut. Behavioral scientists have documented that dogs explore their environment through oral investigation far more than we realize, and what looks like a casual sniff often involves subtle licking or mouthing. The trust your dog places in you extends to believing that everything in their home is safe to explore. And that trust is exactly what puts them in danger when you bring toxic plants into their space. Number 2. Xylitol is hiding in places you'd never suspect. You know, xylitol is in sugar-free gum, but it's also in your peanut butter, your toothpaste, your breath mints, your protein bars, your vitamins, your nasal spray, and even some prescription medications. Studies published in veterinary emergency medicine journals show that xylitol ingestion has increased by over 250% in the last decade. Not because more products contain it, but because it's now hidden in everyday items that pet owners never think to check. When your dog ingests even a small amount of xylitol, their body mistakes it for real sugar and releases a massive surge of insulin within 10 to 60 minutes. Their blood sugar plummets so fast that they can go from normal to seizuring on your kitchen floor before you even realize something is wrong. The mechanism is frighteningly efficient. Xylitol triggers pancreatic insulin release in dogs at a rate 5 to 7 times higher than actual glucose does. And while a human can safely chew a whole pack of xylitol gum, that same pack can kill a 20 lb dog. Your dog trusts that the treat you're holding out, the spoonful of peanut butter you used to give them medication, the dental chew you bought to keep their teeth clean, is safe because it came from you. They have no defense against a sweetener their body processes as poison. And the gap between a safe dose and a lethal dose is so narrow that a single stick of gum can be the difference between a normal afternoon and a race to the emergency vet. Number 3. Essential oil diffusers are filling your home with toxins. That lavender essential oil diffuser you run every night to help you sleep is saturating your home with phenols and tarpon that your dog's liver cannot metabolize. Dogs lack specific liver enzymes that humans use to break down essential oil compounds, which means these substances accumulate in their system over time rather than being processed and eliminated. Research from veterinary toxicology programs demonstrates that chronic low-level exposure to diffused essential oils causes progressive liver damage, respiratory irritation, and neurological symptoms that most owners attribute to other causes. Your dog can't tell you that the air in your home burns their nose, that the scent you find calming makes them nauseous, or that the oil particles settling on their fur are being ingested every time they groom themselves. Tea tree oil, which many owners use for its antibacterial properties, is particularly devastating. Ingestion or even prolonged skin contact causes severe central nervous system depression. And dogs exposed to tea tree oil can develop tremors, loss of coordination, and complete muscle weakness within hours. Peppermint oil irritates mucous membranes and can cause difficulty breathing. Citrus oils cause photosensitivity and severe skin reactions. The worst part is the invisible nature of the exposure. You diffuse oils for 30 minutes before bed, but those particles remain suspended in the air and settle on every surface your dog touches. And their far superior sense of smell means they're experiencing concentrations you can't even imagine. What feels like a gentle lavender mist to you is an overwhelming chemical assault to a dog with 300 million olfactory receptors compared to your 6 million. Number 4. Non-stick cookware releases fumes that attack your dog's respiratory system. When you overheat that non-stick pan, you're releasing polytrifluorothy fumes into the air. And while these fumes might give you a headache, they can kill your dog. Avian veterinarians have known for decades that non-stick cookware fumes are instantly lethal to birds, causing their respiratory systems to hemorrhage and fail within minutes. And dogs are more vulnerable than most owners realize. Research on TIFI toxicity shows that dogs exposed to these fumes develop acute respiratory distress, and the mechanism is brutal. The fumes cause direct chemical injury to the lung tissue, triggering inflammation and fluid buildup that prevents oxygen exchange. Your dog might be lying in the next room while you cook dinner, and you notice nothing wrong until they start coughing or struggling to breathe hours later after the damage is already done. The temperature threshold for non-stick pans to release toxic fumes is lower than most people think. A pan left empty on a burner can reach dangerous temperatures in under 5 minutes. And even normal high-heat cooking like searing meat can push temperatures into the danger zone. Your dog trusts that the home you've created is a safe space, but their position lower to the ground means they're breathing in higher concentrations of any fumes that settle. And their smaller body mass means a dose that causes mild symptoms and you can trigger acute respiratory failure in them. The bond you share with your dog includes the unspoken promise that you'll protect them from harm, but you can't protect them from a danger you don't know exists. Number 5. Grapes and raisins cause kidney failure, and they're everywhere. A single grape can cause acute kidney failure in some dogs, and scientists still don't fully understand why. Studies published in veterinary medicine journals have documented cases where 1 or 2 grapes triggered complete renal shutdown, while other dogs ate dozens with no apparent effect. And this unpredictability makes grapes one of the most insidious toxins in your home. The mechanism appears to involve damage to the proximal tubular epithelial cells in the kidneys, but the toxic compound hasn't been definitively identified, which means you can't know your dog's individual sensitivity until they've been exposed. Your dog sees you eating grapes as a snack and doesn't understand why they can't have one. They watch grapes roll off the kitchen counter and instinctively chase them because movement triggers prey drive. Those raisins in your trail mix, your granola, your cookies, your salad are concentrated versions of the same toxin, and a small handful can be lethal. The symptoms don't appear immediately. Your dog might eat grapes and seem fine for 6 to 12 hours, then suddenly develop vomiting, lethargy, and loss of appetite. By the time you notice something is wrong, their kidneys are already failing. The tragedy is in the ordinariness of the exposure. You're making a fruit salad and a grape falls on the floor. Your child drops a raisin cookie and your dog cleans it up before you notice. You leave your purse on the couch with raisins inside and your dog investigates while you're in the other room. Each of these moments represents a potential death sentence. And the only warning sign might be a dog who stops eating and starts hiding 24 hours later. Number 6. Antifreeze tastes sweet and a teaspoon can kill. Ethylene glycol, the active ingredient in most antifreeze, has a sweet taste that dogs find irresistible. And ingesting less than a tablespoon can cause irreversible kidney damage and death in a medium-sized dog. That puddle in your garage from a leaking radiator, the overflow from topping off your coolant, the small drip under your car that you've been meaning to clean up represents a fatal attraction to your dog. Studies on ethylene glycol poisoning show a 3-stage progression that most owners don't recognize until it's too late. Stage 1 begins 30 minutes to 12 hours after ingestion, and your dog appears drunk, stumbling, disoriented, and excessively thirsty. Many owners think their dog got into alcohol or ate something that upset their stomach. Stage 2 occurs 12 to 24 hours after ingestion, and your dog seems to improve. Their symptoms resolve. They act more normal and owners assume whatever was wrong has passed. Stage 3 hits 36 to 72 hours after ingestion, and this is when the kidneys fail. The ethylene glycol has been metabolized into glycolic acid and oxalic acid, and these compounds form calcium oxalate crystals that physically shred the delicate kidney tubules. Your dog stops urinating, becomes severely lethargic, and by this point, even aggressive treatment often can't save them. The window for effective treatment is incredibly narrow, roughly 8 to 12 hours after ingestion before the metabolism of ethylene glycol into its toxic byproducts causes permanent damage. Your dog trusts that the interesting smell coming from under the car, The colorful liquid pooling in the driveway is just another part of their environment to investigate. And that trust kills them before you even know they've been exposed. Number 7. Human medications are the leading cause of pet poisoning. That ibuprofen you dropped on the bathroom floor 3 days ago is still there, wedged under the cabinet, waiting for your dog to find it. Studies from veterinary poison control centers consistently show that human medications account for nearly 50% of all pet poisoning cases. And the numbers are rising as more households manage chronic conditions with daily medications. Your dog doesn't need to break into a pill bottle. They find the tablet that rolled under the couch when you were organizing your weekly medication dispenser. They eat the antidepressant that fell on the floor when you were taking your morning dose. They chew through your purse or backpack to get to the prescription bottle inside because it smells like you and they want to be close to things you touch. NIDs like ibuprofen and naproxen cause gastrointestinal ulcers and kidney failure in dogs at doses that seem insignificant. A single 200 mg ibuprofen tablet can cause stomach ulcers in a small dog, and 3 or 4 tablets can trigger acute kidney injury. Acetaminophen destroys red blood cells in dogs, causing a condition called methemoglobinemia where the blood can no longer carry oxygen and affected dogs literally suffocate at the cellular level despite breathing normally. Antidepressants cause serotonin syndrome triggering tremors, seizures, hyperothermia, and death. The mechanism varies by drug class, but the outcome is the same. Medications designed to help humans are poison to dogs. Your dog experiences the world through investigation and taste, and that pill on the floor isn't a danger signal to them. It's a curiosity. They trust that their environment is safe because you've made it their home. And that trust makes them vulnerable to every medication you accidentally drop, forget to secure, or leave within reach. Number 8. Chocolate is more dangerous than you think, and dark chocolate is deadly. You know chocolate is bad for dogs, but you probably don't know that a single bar of dark baking chocolate can kill a 30 lb dog, or that the symptoms of chocolate toxicity can appear up to 12 hours after ingestion, long after you've stopped worrying. Chocolate contains theobromine and caffeine, both methylxanthins that dogs metabolize incredibly slowly. And these compounds cause a cascade of devastating effects on multiple organ systems simultaneously. Studies published in veterinary toxicology research show that theobromine's half-life in dogs is 17.5 hours compared to 6 to 10 hours in humans, which means the toxic compounds circulate in your dog's system at dangerous levels for nearly a full day. When your dog eats chocolate, theobromine stimulates their central nervous system, increases heart rate, causes arrhythmias, induces vomiting and diarrhea, triggers tremors and seizures, and in severe cases leads to heart failure and death. The darker the chocolate, the higher the theobromine concentration. White chocolate contains almost none. Milk chocolate contains moderate amounts. Dark chocolate and baking chocolate contain lethal concentrations. Your dog doesn't understand this hierarchy. They smell the chocolate chip cookies cooling on the counter and only register something delicious. They find the Halloween candy you hid in the closet and tear through every wrapper. They steal the dark chocolate bar from your bedside table while you're in the shower. Research on canine behavior shows that dogs are opportunistic feeders with limited impulse control around high V-value food items, and chocolate triggers the same reward pathways in their brain that it does in yours. The difference is that your body can process theobromine efficiently and theirs cannot. Every moment your dog spends in a home with chocolate represents a potential exposure, and the gap between a safe environment and a toxic one is as small as a cabinet door left slightly open or a purse left on a chair. Your home isn't trying to kill your dog, but without your intervention, it might. Every item on this list represents a gap between the safety your dog assumes exists and the dangers that actually surround them. They trust you completely. They believe that everything in their environment has been evaluated and approved by the person they depend on for survival. That trust is why they'll eat the grape that falls on the floor, lick the antifreeze in the garage, chew the plant in the living room, or steal the chocolate from the counter. Your dog can't read ingredient labels, identify toxic compounds, or understand delayed consequences. They experience the world as a series of immediate sensory inputs. And if something smells interesting, tastes good, or resembles food, they'll investigate it with their mouth. The responsibility for their safety falls entirely on you. Walk through your home right now and see it through your dog's eyes. Get down on the floor where they spend their life. Notice what's within reach, what could fall, what could be knocked over or broken into. Remove the toxic plants. Secure all medications and cabinets they can't access. Check every product with xylitol and eliminate it from your home or store it completely out of reach. Stop using essential oil diffusers or switch to a room your dog never enters. Replace non-stick cookware or commit to never overheating it. Clean up any automotive fluids immediately and store all chemicals in sealed containers in locked spaces. Keep all chocolate in sealed containers in high cabinets. Your dog deserves a home where their trust in you is matched by your commitment to their safety. Share this video with every dog owner you know, because most people have no idea they're living with these dangers. Subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching my video. Take care.